Vegas Circle with Paki and Chris, and today joining the circle with us at Bottega Exchange, we got the entrepreneur Dillon Flex, business owner of Capital Vegas. So we got a lot to talk to you about today, about obviously the shoe industry and building your network and your company and your brand, the return on investment, of course, on shoes and just being sneakerhead. So we appreciate you joining us, man. So welcome.
Well, first and foremost, guys, I want to say thank you so much for having me. I love the show, huge fan myself. Also, the whole team came out today. You guys really had the shoe game stepped up today. This is crazy. I saw him in the parking lot. I said, "Oh, you really do this, okay?" When I seen this, I was like, "Oh, wow."
Not as good as you though, because I see your collection.
To be honest, I knew you were coming. I tried to pick up my best pairs.
Yeah.
See, I knew you came stepping. I saw her too. I was like, "Wow, okay, you guys really out here."
Yeah, sneakerheads. So we gotta try to do it, man. That's good, man. So talk to us, man. Where are you from? Are you from Vegas?
Born and raised in Vegas, guys. Yes. Okay. Born and raised here.
Nice. How's that? How's that look?
Vegas is home for me. This is where I want to be. I love having business here. I love family. My whole family's here. Super close with the family. To me, this is exactly where I want to be. So I love it here. I can't complain.
It's a good place to build a business for sure, too.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure you guys know, too. Yeah. This is the greatest place. I just was talking to somebody today how much I love Vegas.
Yeah. Especially with your industry, too. Like, do you see it being easier here with doing with the shoe industry?
Well, this is, it's so funny because I was talking to Blake today, too. It's one of these, one of the things that this is a place to where you really can make money without an education. Like, you don't have to go to school. It's the crazy. You can make 6 figures dealing cards, selling shoes, doing jobs that is not a 9-to-5, and that's what I live for, because I knew from the start that I did not want to have a 9-to-5. So I was like, you know what could we do? And it runs in the family, so I just knew that this is the place for me. So
I gotta ask, is Flex really your last name?
Flex is not my last name.
Okay.
That's actually.
I was looking up. I said, this dude's either a hell of a brander or that's smart.
The brand skill is definitely good, but my last name's Aguirre. It was harder to type in. See, that's how good it is. You can't even find it.
That's smart. Yeah, you did something with your thing. Okay.
It was easier to type in on YouTube. Okay. So it was a strategy of what is easier, Aguirre? No, everybody's going to spell that wrong. Yep. Dillon Flex just kind of had a
smooth, man.
It had a whole ring to it. And it means so many different things. And obviously it's like, oh, you're flexing that pair of shoes. Oh, you're really flexing. So it's so many things. So it kind of just worked out.
Yeah, that's smart. Yeah. I like it.
We're trying.
Who inspired you growing up, man? Because I know you're younger. You've been moving around and traveling around everywhere. Who kind of impacted you and got you, where you're at right now?
Super easy. My dad. My dad's a big-time entrepreneur. The guy I look up to the most by far. If I could be half the man that dude is, I really made it. But definitely him. Not when it comes to sneakers and stuff like that. I don't look up to anybody that comes, sneaker-wise. I respect them. Obviously, they're hustling stuff, but has to be my dad. My dad is
the business owner? Or?
He is.
Okay.
So owned gyms for like 32 years in Vegas. Huge. Yep. That's who you guys got to get on next. Okay. That's a different thing.
Yeah,
that
guy is that offline.
That guy's no joke. But definitely my father.
Okay, that's awesome.
And have you always been interested in shoes?
It's actually funny you said that. So in high school, I was into sneakers. Obviously, I was a huge sneakerhead. But then I was thinking, what could I do to make my pair free? So I would go and obviously buy a pair. And I was like, well, it's almost there. I'd buy another pair of shoes. And essentially that pair made it free. So I would buy shoes and wear my shoes for free. So I thought that was the coolest concept. And I was like, what if I scale this to something bigger? So it got bigger and bigger and bigger. You know what I mean? So that's how
it's almost like the hustler mentality, almost like selling drugs.
No, you know what it is? Yeah. That's exactly what this is. Because people are always like, they see me in my G-Wagon, they see the stuff, and I don't mean to be. They're like, there's no way you can sell sneakers. When I first tell people that I sell shoes, they think it's a joke. So what, you manufacture shoes? Or so you work at Skechers? There's no way you can make money selling shoes. It's the funniest thing. So I'm always, with my new girlfriend now, her coworkers and stuff, they're like, you date a guy who sells sneakers? You really think that that's a career life? And I'm thinking to myself, well, it's a little different than that. This is more sought after stuff, so it's a bit different than that.
You kind of almost have to have a hustler mentality to get into the sneaker selling industry.
Oh, absolutely. Any industry like that. But when you come into the sneakers, it's a whole different mindset. It's wild for sure.
Is it scary for you when you go and, let's say you invest, because I know you guys buy a grip of sneakers and stuff, and you're putting the return on investment is crazy. So you might spend whatever that is, thousands of dollars. Right. Are you nervous when you make that initial capital?
You know what it is? It's like stocks. Are you nervous when you invest in stocks?
Of course.
Well, kind of, yeah. Shoes to me is exactly that. It's stocks. So when I explain what sneaker my business is, I say it's stocks. So that's exactly.
That's why you call it capital.
Exactly.
I got it.
So that's exactly what it is to me. Am I scared? Of course. But I always think that the long-term goal is better. So that's what I invest my money in. I invest my money in myself. That's the best gamble I've ever made, and it continues to show. So,
for somebody who really doesn't understand, is it kind of how do you acquire the shoes to resell them? Because most of them are older models. Obviously, there's a limited inventory. You can be a collector of such.
Absolutely. So, with me, especially in town, I'm respected because I treat people right. I don't burn bridges with people. To me, it's not all about money. It's about building relationships with people. That's what it is. I don't want to burn people over $5, $10, $15. It's not worth it to me.
It's definitely not worth it.
Building relationships with people is key to me. So people can eat, meaning I pay them a little bit. I can sell it for more. They're going to come back to me. We all eat. Yeah. I don't want to rip people off. I don't want to do that. That's why I'm so respected, because I always take care of people. So a lot of people in town that do what I do, and they burn bridges with people. It's just not worth it. So people want to sell to me. They know I have cash. I'm going to buy the shoes. It's not a sketchy meetup. People want to sell to me. So when they have a whole bunch of shoes, I'm the first person usually they hit up. They don't want to consign. There's consignment shops here. People don't want to consign and wait for their money.
Yeah, exactly.
They want money now. Cars, houses, people have stuff to pay for. It's crazy. So that's a lot of it. Relationships for sure.
You think it's getting harder and harder to find them because now you have StockX?
Oh, StockX.
Yeah, we wanted to get into
StockX
that.
is huge. Actually, it's funny. StockX has made me even more money.
Oh, really?
Because StockX now is taxing, and it takes 2 weeks to get your shoes from StockX.
Because they have to review it or something?
So what it is I sell them the shoe, it goes into review, then they ship it to the person who bought it. So it takes like 2 weeks. And it's a big thing. Everybody obviously wants to replicate high-end shoes. So what they do is they make sure it's real, then send it to the person who bought it. It takes like 2 weeks. I ship a shoe out in 2 days. You can get your shoe in 2 days from me. So StockX doesn't really affect me by any means.
But doesn't it set kind of a market? So now say I'm trying to sell my shoes and they're saying, well, these are $3,500 and you're trying to get them for me for $3,000, then maybe I don't want to sell them because I know I can get more elsewhere.
Exactly. So what I use StockX for pretty much is like the stock market of the sneakers. I see what I can sell it for, what I can buy it for.
So it gives you a good price point. So you're not getting nickel and dime also.
Absolutely, yes.
You can keep the full pulse of everything. Okay.
And I always know what to buy and what to sell for. It's just something I'm good at. It just works for me well. It just comes to me when it comes to,
That's awesome.
Obviously buying and selling, yeah.
What's the most expensive shoe or single pair of shoe you bought?
Probably 25,000.
Oh wow! I didn't know they got that.
One pair of shoes?
One pair of shoes was 25,000. But I've done multiple bulk orders where it's
What were
been
you
like
buying that one shoe?
It was an Air Mag that I bought. Those self-lacing shoes? Have you ever seen that?
Oh yeah.
So you step on the shoe and it laces itself. They have other ones now that are cheaper.
Like the Back to the Future kind of style.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. That was back in. Okay, I remember those. Yeah.
Exactly what it is. But I do bulk orders and stuff that's to where tens and 20s of thousands of dollars. But it's not just one shoe. That was definitely a good day for me.
Is that in your personal collection?
Not in the personal collection. I don't. You know what it is? I don't really get high on my own supply too much. Do I have a great sneaker collection? Man, I have everything, and I've had everything. So when something comes to me, I'll wear it once, twice, sell it. That's how it usually works for me.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So you guys are real connected with SneakerCon, right?
Yeah.
So what exactly is SneakerCon? It's like a big conference, or
so what it is? It's
kind of like CES for
exactly.
Okay.
That's exactly what it is. So SneakerCon is the biggest, in my opinion, buy, sell, trade sneakers all over the world. So vendors come all over the world, obviously set locations, and buy, sell.
Is it once a year, or
there's multiple. There's like 12 this year, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, there's one in LA. I think it's like December. I'll be there.
Wow.
That's probably the biggest one in my opinion. But yeah, you go to SneakerCon, I've made like 80,000 in one day. Obviously, that's not all profit,
Jeez,
but
yeah.
it's you can have crazy weekends. So sneakers is a very, very scary.
That's literally a drug. When Chris was saying earlier, that's literally because when people doing the sleeping bags and sleeping outside of whatever shoe stores or whatever,
right.
when somebody's about to drop, that's. Have you done that before?
So I did. I did all that work back then.
Okay.
I would camp out for 12 hours, 13 hours, just for one pair of shoes. I would pay people. I would pay homeless people. I do whatever it took to have people in line with me because there was only one per person. Obviously, I have a better system now, but yeah, we started from the bottom. That's exactly what it was, for sure.
It's so crazy because I'm originally from Illinois and Chris is from Detroit originally.
Okay.
And I remember back in the day, man, back like in the 80s, they used to shoot people for Jordans.
Oh, it's nuts.
Like, it was ridiculous back in the day in the 80s where people would literally rob you for your Jordans. Yeah. But it's still like that now where it's just...
Now those Jordans might be worth it.
Man, because of how much the return is you're getting. So it's unbelievable. So
yeah, people will risk it all for the shoes. It's crazy.
So I see, so with you guys with Capital Vegas...
Right.
Is it mainly just Nike? Is it Adidas? Is it what do you guys focus on?
I sell a bit of everything.
Okay.
I do Nikes, Adidas.
Jordans, I'm assuming.
Of course. But I will buy anything for the right price. So it doesn't matter what the shoe is. I will buy, like I posted stuff today. If you guys check out my page, stuff like that. It doesn't matter. I will post anything for the right price. Obviously, what sells the best is hype stuff. Like I'm wearing now the Travis Scott 6s. These just came out.
Those are ridiculous.
Yeah, stuff
what do those go for?
My size right now is like 600, 700 brand new probably.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So what would you say your top 3 favorite shoes are?
I could tell you that my favorite silhouette is a Jordan 1. I like Jordan 1s. I like Jordan 11s. Jordan 3s are really good to me. Obviously, I'm a huge Kanye person. I know people have a lot of controversy with Kanye and stuff like that. I love Yeezys. I'm obsessed with Yeezys.
So I'm glad that was one of my questions.
Yeah, see, I knew this was going to come. Yeah.
Why?
So Kanye or Yeezys or both?
I'm not even getting the Kanye part. Just the Yeezy part. His shoes look crazy.
So have you ever tried on a Yeezy?
No.
I'm not going to lie. No, I have not.
See?
Okay,
So it's so funny because my dad now only wears Yeezys. Why?
Okay. They're
so comfortable. You're walking on clouds.
Oh, really?
Yes. Number one, is it a flex? Absolutely.
Okay.
People are like, oh, he's wearing Yeezys. He's flexy. Of course. But the comfortableness of the shoe is insane.
That's the last thing I would have expected.
It is.
I'm surprised you said that. Okay,
so. It's my number one gym shoe. It is literally, my dad's like, yo, my back feels better. My knee feels better.
Really?
It's like, wow, Kanye's really on something.
All right. So that's fit. So do you think he's pretty much changed the shoe industry?
Absolutely. Okay. You know, when he was with Nike and he was doing that, it was huge. Anywhere he goes, it's big. You know, now some of the sneakers he's making, because he promised people that they're going to release more, some of them are not hitting like they used to, meaning price-wise.
Yeah.
But a Yeezy's a Yeezy.
You think they're over? That's what I'm curious, because his hype, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, a new album out and all of that. So you think the hype would go down, but they still sell like crazy.
It depends on the model. It depends on the sneaker, on the colorway, I mean. So colorways sell better than other ones. You'd be surprised. You'd be like, this one's ugly, but it sells more. Okay. You're like, this one, it's just how it is. It's the strangest thing. It's just the market.
The ability of it almost, like people like something that stands out.
Absolutely. And if they say it's limited, people go nuts.
So is he like producing more of a supply now for all the new models, and that's why you're seeing the price obviously go down?
And I'm paying ridiculously low for a lot of them now, like under retail, because people just want to get rid of them. So it actually works out better for me too. Still,
because of the inventory. Okay.
Absolutely.
Do you pay attention like people like Swiss Beats, what he's doing with Bally's and designing and all that? He's got some wild sneakers here.
I think that stuff is awesome.
Okay.
I think that stuff is awesome. I would love to be able to do something like that.
Yeah.
Am I a huge fan of that kind of stuff? Personally, I'm not a huge fan to wear it.
Yeah.
But I think that stuff is awesome. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, because the price point is so high. So that's why I would think, you know what I mean? You can't really sell. Maybe Yeezy you probably could because it's exclusive.
That's why I'm not a huge fan of it.
Okay,
unless it's for a personal pair. Unless I want to wear something like that for a personal. But resale-wise, you know, it's not that great.
Okay. Yeah.
So, you know, you're coming up. What made you decide that you were hitting a point where you can actually create your own business and start actually selling shoes and turning it into a whole market that you have now?
Well, when I started to really start flipping shoes and the money came in, I thought to myself, I can really make money doing this. I can have a store. I could do this. And shoes now is at an all-time high. Yeah, it's a $2 billion industry right now. It's insane. Shoes is insane. But back then it wasn't that crazy. But I had a drive and a passion that, you know, people used to make fun of me. It was funny because they're like, oh man, you sell shoes, like I was telling you guys earlier. Come on, man, that's not a job, that's not a career.
Yeah.
I didn't care what people said. I stuck to my passion, I stuck to my drive, and you know, like I said, the rest is history. So
yeah, that's pretty exciting.
When you say $2 billion, is that like 60% Nike? Because I heard something crazy with Nike.
You know, Nike's coming back right now. Nike is, you know, when Adidas was really popping, Nike kind of took a step back.
But Adidas was popping because of Kanye, right?
In my opinion, yes, because the Yeezys and stuff like that. But Nike for sure now is.
What is Swiss? Swiss with Reebok, right? He does Reebok and then Bally's, right?
I think so. I'm not 100% sure. Okay. I think so. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. $2 billion industry. So, what's your take now with social media, brick and mortar stores? and then the transition of everybody can sell online. You have stores online. You've got the whole nine.
Right.
$2 billion. What do you think it's going to grow to?
Well, going back to brick and mortar. Yep. So when my lease was up, I had a store in Town Square for 2 years.
That's right, yep.
So it was there for 2 years.
And you got a sharp store, man. Yeah.
The store was good.
Yeah.
The store was great, but it was mostly online orders. So when the lease was up, people were telling me, oh, have the store. But I was like, it's always online. So you shut the store down, and originally people are like, oh, man, you didn't make it. Must be, that's the first thought from people. And you're like, oh, okay, so this is where
went to
people
the digital space. They don't realize,
And the funny part is, I make more now. I have no overhead, no employees, but not everybody can be online. It's easy to say you have an online business. A lot of brick and mortars are shutting down. I see Barney's. I saw Tesla going online. I saw this stuff that's insane that's going online. If you can go online, I think it's the greatest thing. Not to mention your time. What is your time worth? Do I want to be at my store for 12, 15 hours?
It's draining, man. Yeah.
If I want to go to the gym for 2 hours, if I want to watch Netflix, if I want to do something, I have the opportunity now. So I think that's the greatest thing. So to me, that's how I define success, my time, so priceless. It's the greatest thing.
What do you think will happen with like a Foot Locker? Do you think that'll be like a Blockbuster where it'll go, because Blockbuster had a lot of the streaming issues, Netflix took over and all of that, but do you feel like Foot Locker might go away?
I don't think Foot Locker will.
Just because their brand is so powerful?
Yeah, because you have the Nike and Jordan, those numbers are so big that...
Yeah.
And they're more mass manufacturing. Almost like do you think it's like a boutique, the resale market? It's almost like a
absolutely,
market?
Absolutely, it's a boutique. Yeah. But there's stores that do make it, but, Foot Lockers and stuff are always going to be a guaranteed thing.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I think.
Yeah. They sell to the masses.
Oh yeah, it's no joke. Those numbers that they put up is crazy for sure.
Yeah, they're pretty much buying all other companies. What would you say your personal brand represents now?
What do you
mean?
Your company?
So? Because you've done so well with your YouTube and driving traffic to your company, of course.
Right.
Obviously, your company does extremely well online. What would you say that represents, and how are you able to just build that? You know what I mean?
I would say it represents community.
Okay.
And I say that because I've been on both sides. I've been on the buying and the selling side.
Okay.
I know what it's like to get ripped off on both ends. I wanted to be the person who sells and buys for good prices to make people feel good. I want this to be a good experience for people. When I'm buying from somebody, I don't want to rip them off. I want it to be a community thing. I've bought so many pairs from people back when I first started. I got ripped off. I hated the way I felt. I didn't even want to wear the shoe. I paid paid $800 for the shoes. I'm like, I don't want to crease these. I don't want to do anything. Yeah. I made it now my brand. I made it so everybody can kind of get a pair of shoes that they want, meaning for the right price point. Obviously, there's certain pairs that I can't do much with, but my prices are still the best in town, hands down. And a lot of the times I see the best, I don't want to say ever, but, a lot of times it is.
And how do you think you do that by being able to build relationships to buy at a good price as well, so you could resell it at a much lower price?
Absolutely. And it's not even so much a low, my margins are always the same. I don't want to get rich off one shoe. It's not all about the money to me. Of course we want to eat. It's volume, and I do volume, baby. So that's exactly what it is. I don't want to just get rich off one shoe. People sell one shoe. They just, it sets a whole bad taste and mood for everybody. That's not me. So we do volume. So
have you ever bought a shoe that you sold for $500? Next thing you know, it becomes a limited edition, or for some reason the price skyrockets and you regret it?
Absolutely. Do I regret it? No, this is the reason why. I do fast flips. So would it be worth it for me to sit on the shoe and make a couple $100 more? Well, to me, not really. I have flipped that money and turned that money so many times, it's not even worth it. That is for people that don't and can't buy inventory like I do.
Margin investing.
So, exactly. So what they do is they hold the shoe, and then, it's good for them. I have flipped that money so many times that even what they sell it for is not even coming close to what I'm going to sell it for and make that money. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always investing. It's nonstop. It's just something in my head. It just works like that.
So it's literally like art, because a lot of them are used shoes. People might wear them once.
Correct.
That's ridiculous.
So just today, I bought in a ton of shoes that people, this is actually funny too. I buy shoes from people, so they'll buy them from me, then I'll buy it back from them all the time. So today I did the same thing. So, and they take losses. So they'll wear the shoe, maybe one time, take a photo shoot, do whatever they have to do, and then I'll buy it back. Hey, Dill, can you buy the shoe back for me? Oh, bro, absolutely.
That's funny. I didn't realize,
it's literally like... It's literally the drug game, man. But it's
the legal drug game. Yeah, it's the greatest thing.
Straight up, yeah.
The thing that always makes me curious is that you see these shoes going for resale, but the sizes are like 6.5 or 7, and they're through astronomical amounts of money. Like, when you're purchasing a shoe, do you always want to buy something in your size, or is it just to hold it?
I don't want to buy it in my size. You know why those small sizes are so good? Guys buy for their girls. So you're over here.
Yeah, let's stop that conversation.
So you're over here.
A couple of.
Hey, she just looked at me like, "Yo, can I see your website after?" I saw that.
No, because there's a pair of shoes I already know she's gonna have me asked about. I've been trying to push that one off.
Well, the greatest thing is you're gonna get the best price.
Okay,
so that's for sure. But any size really sells for me. It doesn't matter. Like I bought a size 15 today.
Yeah, that's what drives me insane when I see those. I'm like, who wears?
Who's gonna buy 15? Unless you hooping?
Some big guy, I guess.
Yeah.
Or some guy that's trying to compromise or something. I'm not sure what's going on, you know.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
He's 5'3" with a 15 size shoe.
He's like, "Yo, babe, what size you wear? 15. Okay, 5'6", bro." So
that's crazy, man.
That's funny.
What would you say is your biggest accomplishment now to date?
Man, I think becoming the person that I am. I think doing all the right things in business is my biggest accomplishment. I don't want to say there's a dollar amount. I don't want to say that. I want to say doing the right thing and being a good person now. You know, I feel like every year I get better. And I want to be better to people too. So I think that's my biggest compliment. Being myself.
Yeah.
So.
And are you still seeing kind of your brand growing like exponentially, or is it kind of tapering off, or is it you have to really be involved to push that growth?
Well, social media now is so big, as you guys know. So I push the social media tough. Should I do more YouTube videos? Absolutely. But why I do the YouTube videos is to draw traffic into my website.
I can see that. Yeah.
So
you got a good personality too, man. You got good energy. Yeah.
I appreciate you. So it's not that I want, you know, I do the YouTube not for the money, for the views, to brand myself, to bring it to the website. And like I said, I love being on camera. I love doing YouTube. It's not like it's like I have to dread holding the camera. Man, I love that. Yeah. And it shows.
Yeah, it does, especially with everything inside. So just flipping it a little bit to talk about Vegas, especially because you're from Vegas. Right. Do you get a chance to enjoy it at all? Or since you grew up here, are you going out to the Strip, or what are you doing for fun?
I don't really go out to the Strip too much. I live in Summerlin, like I told you guys, so I'm the furthest away from the Strip. Do I go down there? Of course. My girlfriend's family's coming in town this weekend. I'm going to take them to the Strip. We're going to do stuff like that. Yep. I'm not crazy into the partying life in Vegas and the stuff like that. Yeah. It's funny because I never even been to a nightclub before in my life. Day club, stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah, I know you think that. I sell to so many people that are, you know, bartenders, waitresses, bussers in that industry. Yeah. I'm just not a huge fan. So
that's smart, and you keeping your money. Yeah, you keep your money in your pocket too, because it gets expensive. Yeah.
I was trading with somebody today, and they said, "Yo, I spent $500 on a bottle," and I was like, "To flex on who?"
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
You know,
it's absolutely ridiculous. We went recently to see Black Coffee.
Right.
I haven't been to the club, and I don't even know how long.
Yeah.
And but it was worth it. But to see the tape, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Once you get that bill at the end of the night,
it's not ridiculous. Worth it. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
You're like, I think you added an extra zero. Like, is that? Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, at least post it online so you can show people.
No. I ain't trying to put that out there. But, so as far as Vegas, what do you like about Vegas, just in general? I mean, you grew up here, so it's...
I love everything about Vegas. Yeah. That's the 24 hours. If I want to go eat somewhere, it's open 24 hours. Yep. My girl's from a small town, so... I'm not used to that. When I went to the town and I saw like cows and chickens and horses and stuff, I was like, oh yeah, I'm as Vegas as it comes. Yeah. So I love everything about it. And I told you too, it's the coolest thing. You can literally be an entrepreneur. I think it's easier to be an entrepreneur here than anywhere else. I mean, at least for me, at least for my business. Yeah, so.
I think it's because a lot of people don't set roots here. So when they come here, they're very transient. They're working a job just to get by. Then they move away. But if you're building a business here, that means it's your home. So you actually want to be, and there's less people, I think, wanting to build businesses in Vegas because of that.
That's exactly right. Yeah, I feel the same way, 100%.
It's a different mentality for sure.
One of the questions we like asking everybody is, what's your favorite restaurant in Vegas?
Oh, that's tough. I like, probably for Italian, I liked Cafe Chloe. Have you ever been there?
Cafe Chloe, no.
I liked Cafe Chloe before that it closed down, but I'm an Italian-Mexican guy. I like Juan's Flaming Fajitas, stuff like that.
That's a good spot.
I like STK. I mean, I like steakhouses like that, but huge Italian and Mexican person probably for sure.
Awesome. Where do you see the growth of, just let's say, your personal goals coming up, maybe a year, 5 years? Are you writing that down, or what's kind of your vision?
You know, I'm just staying in the present right now. Mm-hmm. Obviously, I'm working towards the future, but I'm just kind of staying in the present now. I just want to be better. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I want a store. You know, I have people approaching me all the time. Hey, let's have a store. Let's do this. Let's do that. Mm-hmm. I don't see myself opening up another store in the future. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to continue what I'm doing now until an opportunity strikes. And when it does, I'm not going to open the door. We're going to break down the door. That's what it's going to be like. But, you know, I want to sell anything, whether that's real estate like you or you. Who does real estate? Is it you?
Both of us.
Oh yeah, I heard you guys are two successful real estate guys, man.
Yeah, we enjoy this, but we get outside.
I heard about you too. Yeah, but I wouldn't be opposed to do something like that too. But I want to continue to brand myself, to market, and to do what I'm doing now because it's really hard to beat, especially time wise too.
Would you ever get into like designing shoes? Like if a company came to you and said, "Hey, Dillon, we want you personally to do it, or we want Capital Vegas to do it," would that be something?
I would love that. I would love to design a shoe. I think that'd be the coolest thing ever.
Especially because your vision, man, you got, you know what I'm saying? So I can see that for you. Yeah.
So any companies, guys, please, come on, we're ready for this.
Shout about. What would you say the growth of Capital Vegas is? That anything that you want to see going down the road, or you want to live in the present moment for Capital Vegas too?
I love what Capital Vegas is doing now. I think that it's great. I want to continue to grow the Instagram, grow the website, continue that brand. Like I said, unless something else happens on the way, but I'm always looking. So it's not like I'm not. Don't get me wrong. When I say I'm in the present, that doesn't mean I'm just here. I'm always looking to generate something or make money. It's just you guys too. It's just in your heads. It's just something you can't stop.
Yeah. No, I've read a lot about that. Is owning the moment and living in the moment. It's powerful to be able to do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? To be able to do, because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow for sure. So I agree with you.
So I don't want it to be. Of course I want my future to be better, but I can't really control it unless I'm right here, right now. So it's one of those things.
And with that, you have the shoe resale market. Nobody is really like taken over. Like there's no real like one company you go to for the resale. It's almost like a bunch of individual boutiques of people they trust. Why do you think that is?
A lot of people have different prices in different shoes, so everybody has a bit of everything. So if you see a price downtown somewhere and it's the shoe you've been wanting and I don't have it, we're going to get it there. So it's one of those things that if it's there, you're probably going to grab it, especially if you've been looking for it or for it's a good, a good price.
Too,
Exactly. There's so many variations. Not everybody could have everything, basically.
That's exactly what it is. And there's a lot of good stores in Vegas that I think, and I'm friends with most people that have resale stores here in town and stuff, and I think they're good.
Yeah. That's good, man. Shout out some of your social media and your websites and all of that and everything.
Yeah, please. Yeah. So the website is shopdillonflex.com. The Instagram is DillonFlex, and then the business page is Capital Vegas. So I post everything on Capital Vegas. New, used. We posted socks today, off-white socks. We literally on Capital post everything. So if you guys want to check some steals out, I'm always going to take care of you. Make sure you say that you watch me here. You guys get a discount, 100%.
Appreciate that, man. So tell us anything that we forgot to ask you, man, that you want to share with your platform or anything that we missed.
I actually have a funny story to tell you guys. Yeah. This is how I knew, number one, I wanted to be an entrepreneur.
Okay.
And two, that I love shoes so much. So back in high school, not that I was a problem kid in high school by any means, but I had a personality. I'm very outgoing, to say the least. So it was graduation day. I've actually never told this story online, never to my YouTube, never to anybody, so this is kind of funny. So you only are allowed to wear certain sneakers when you graduate high school. I don't know what it is. I'm a sneakerhead. I want to wear what I want to wear.
Yeah.
I'm in my suit. I'm in my stuff. So the principal kind of had an issue with me the whole time. So Aguiar, or Guire is my last name, so I'm first in line to walk. She comes up to me and says, Dillon, she wanted to say something. I was ready for this. You can't wear those sneakers. I said, what do you mean I can't wear these sneakers? We're literally getting ready to walk out right now. I said, what do you mean we're not going to? What? Yeah, you can't wear those. My grandfather's out there, my mother, my brother, my dad. We have my girlfriend out there. I'm panicking. I don't know what to do. We're literally starting to walk. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I go to the security guard. I said, hey, can I switch you shoes? He was like, hey, you drive that yellow truck, right, Dill? Yeah, I'll switch you shoes. I switch shoes with the security guard midway walking out. And she goes, you still? I said, this is the security guard shoes. I'm walking out of the place right now. I thought to myself at that moment, I'm like, wow, I can get through anything. Yeah. If I can switch shoes with some security guard right then and there and walk out and make that happen, she was mad at me. It was actually gonna send her that pair of shoes and ship it to her. And then I was, no, it's okay. But I thought that was a funny story because
you will do what it takes.
Do whatever it takes, and it was a shoe story. So it was fun. It's so funny because I want to wear what I want to wear. I want to do what I want to do, and it kind of goes with business and stuff too. You know what I'm saying? So
100%.
So.
Definitely.
Well, your future is bright, man.
For sure.
Yeah,
definitely.
Your future is bright. So we're excited to see where it takes you, man. And we support Capital Vegas.
Man,
to bring you back, man, and tell us what you're doing, man, consistently.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you guys for having me on. I'm very honored, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
No doubt, man. So you can check us out. We're at thevegascircle.com, and thanks for hanging out with us at Paki Exchange.
Oh, man, of course. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.